All right, we're live.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Corner Chat with Babalogy. It is always an interview session where we get to discuss with industry experts. When I mean experts on varying issues ranging from business to career to relationship. A time where we get to learn from them how their journey has been, the challenges they have faced, and how they've been able to overcome them to get to the level where they are today. I have no doubt in my mind you are going to be educated, you are going to be deeply inspired, and you are definitely going to be motivated on the show this very evening. Without any further ado, before I introduce my guest on the show today, I want to tell you if you are new to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you will be notified whenever we post other amazing videos. Join me this very evening as I introduce our guest on the show today. He is a digital marketing consultant, an SEO specialist, a search engine optimization specialist. I will not blow too much of his trumpet. When he gets to speak, he will tell you who he is and basically what he does. A man passionate in seeing young people excel in that which they do. A man that runs a digital agency that help people acquire digital skills so they can be better in that thing, that line or profession which they are into. Join me today as I welcome on the show Mr. Agu Abraham. Mr. Abraham, welcome on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. It's actually a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
I'm super excited, you know. I'm super excited. I want to tell you guys something. When I approached Mr. Abraham, I said, I'll go straight to the point. I want you to come. I run a show, I run a YouTube channel, and I would love you to come on the show. He said, okay. That is quite fair and straight to the point, like you said. Okay, no problem. I'll come on the show. What is it about and how do we go about it? And here we are today. A very simple good looking, handsome young man doing perfectly and very well in the digital marketing space. Mr. Abraham, I like that smile. I like that smile.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, before we get into the questions for the day, I want the viewers to hear from you. Who is Mr. Abraham and what do you do particularly?
All right. Thank you. I am Abraham Agu. Like I have been introduced, I am just one of those young boys. Yeah. So I am a digital marketing consultant.
Mm,
By the way, I'm a trained mechanical engineer, and then I've practiced
mm,
engineering for
yeah.
quite a number of years. So, but then I have found myself in the digital marketing space. In the IT space generally, and by God's grace, we have been able to do a couple of things, and we are still moving. So, I'm glad and excited to be sharing this section with you guys. Thank you.
Mr. Abraham, thank you so much. A trained mechanical engineer, now an IT expert, and now we are discussing digital marketing. Okay. Let me digress a little. Okay, are you still in the mechanical engineering line, or I want to ask you why the switch? Why the switch and why digital marketing?
Okay, so I think the switch was actually sometime in 2018. So at this
Okay,
time, I've done a couple of. I was working for a Chinese firm,
okay,
and then I've done a couple of intellectual work, gone to engineering conferences where I had to present technical papers, done a number of designs and all that. But then I started asking myself, how do I better benefit my world? Seeing that to do the kind of things I want to do in engineering, it may require some large um, volume of capital and a number of other things that I don't necessarily have at the moment. So I had to like, there are many other things I can do. By the way, before this time, while I was in school, I was doing a number of things by the side. So I write, I do a couple of stuff, So it was actually easy for me to make that move and that decision that, see, I can do a number of things. And by the way, the world is going digital, right? So let me get myself positioned so that I can be of more use to even the engineering space with my digital skills and all that. Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, let's go straight. What is actually digital marketing? Like you rightly said, the world is going digital, and digital marketing is becoming the order of the day. What is this digital marketing we are talking about?
Okay, so basically, I mean, you will observe that there are just two words in that word, in that digital marketing. So there's a marketing, and then there's a digital. So that goes to say that first off, marketing has to do with every activity that moves to project a business, project an idea to the audience. So
Okay.
marketing is different from sales. So marketing, you are trying to push an idea to an audience. So now digital is just like an adjective to qualify how that marketing is done. So it could be done
Mm,
offline and it could be done on the digital space. So every marketing effort that is done on the digital space, be it email, be it social media, be it even on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is a digital platform, it amounts to digital marketing. That's just in the layman form of it. We can go in to
mhm.
discuss the deeper parts and then the different aspect because, of course, digital marketing as a career is as broad as
Coming,
any other
they're
career.
coming, they're
Yeah.
coming there.
So, but this is basically the background explanation of what digital marketing is simply about.
Okay, okay. Now I want to ask you, why did you go into digital marketing, and how long have you been in the digital marketing space?
Okay, so I have somehow said about the reason for my transition into the IT space, digital marketing,
Oh, oh,
from the
yeah.
part I was coming from. So it still borders on um, life works on preferring solution, So
Oh,
I want to, because I've worked with a number of businesses right from the
uh-huh.
time I was a very young boy. So the first business I managed, well, I was 16 years. So and then I was happy to grow that business into three outlets before I got to get admission into the
Wow,
university. So I
wow.
basically know that I love business and I had to like how best do I serve business owners? How even with
Mm,
my because what's the idea of studying engineering, studying law, study anything you study is to solve a problem, is to solve a need, right? Is to be able to
definitely.
help people. So I found out that I can actually use every of the experience I've had in the past to actually help more businesses in using digital technology, using digital marketing. That that accounts to how I made my decision, and then this is where we are. So I think you also asked me, what else you asked?
How, how long have you been in it?
Okay, so let's say from 2018, the journey started. Then 2019, I had to do a call training. So after my training,
Mm,
I handled the first project that now started giving me experience, which was doing email marketing for a some tertiary institutions in Lagos. So that's exactly where my journey in digital marketing actually started.
yes,
So we can say from 2018, 2019 till date, yes.
so 4 years down the line.
Yeah.
Talking about digital marketing, you wanted to start telling us the various areas and niches in digital marketing. I told we are coming there, and I think we are there now. What are the
Okay.
various niches or sub niches in digital marketing?
Okay, so like I explained, so
Mm,
because um I had already given us that broad explanation that digital marketing
yeah.
contains everything that has to do with leveraging the digital medium. So that
Mm,
is also what makes the digital marketing also broad. So in the line of digital marketing, you will see people who have been able to niche down to different things. So you will see people that basically all they do is social media marketing. So that's an
okay.
aspect. So those you can see those people focusing on social media management. So they manage the social media and all that. Then you talk about paid ads, paid advertisement where you see Facebook adverts, Instagram ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads, all of those stuff.
Yeah.
They are all part of digital marketing. Then you see
Okay.
emails. Email is a way to reach people digitally. So you see email marketing. Email marketing is also an integral part of digital marketing because there are some people all they do is to reach out to clients and prospects leveraging emails, and that is how they get customers for their business. So it's another aspect of digital marketing. Then you don't want to forget about content marketing. Content marketing
Mm,
involves content writers who write on digital platforms. They could be writing on web or websites. They could be writing for different forums, and all of that is also a part of digital marketing, right? Then of course
yeah.
there's the search engine optimization. There is the copywriting. I mean, like it's as broad as anything you can imagine, but these are different aspects that some people have chosen to pitch their tent on. So some people focus on
Mm,
art, some people focus on content. So there you see content writers, content copywriters, content editors. As long as what they are doing is leveraging the digital space, the digital, and the purpose is for marketing on the digital space, is already a part of digital marketing. So these are some of the
marketing.
aspects. And in these aspects, you can also find niches in all of these aspects as well. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay, I want to ask, out of
Yeah.
these outlined niches you mentioned,
Mm.
uh, what what would be your advice to someone that may want to go into any of them? What would be your advice in which of the niche would you advise someone to go into?
So there's no rule. I won't say that. See, so point first off, for instance,
Mm,
by the way, did we even forget that the people that build website, they're also doing digital marketing? Yeah. So the people that build website developers, even
global.
graphic designers, even UI UX, those that all of these things are part of digital marketing. So how do you decide which part to take? So you want to look at your personality, right? I've been a
Okay.
writer, so it's easier for me when I started. Drafting email copies was not very difficult for me, so I can easily
Okay.
sit down and come up with content easily. So I started as a social media manager. So I started managing social media accounts for some high profile people and also for businesses. So I that was
Mm,
where I basically started. Also, I can even say that I've been doing that social media marketing thing for as far back as 2017, right? I was doing that. So managing different social media accounts for busy professionals and business owners. So look at your strength, look at things that come naturally for you. That's one way to decide. And then look
mm,
at your goals, where you aspire to go to, and of course your ability to learn. There are some people that, yes, they like the idea that web developers or people in the Web3 space that they earn a lot of money, that programmers earn a lot of money. But give them 3 weeks to learn programming, they will disappear. They can't cope with the tension, with the dedication, with, you have to do this thing, and you are not, there's no money in sight anytime soon. So you are also looking at all these things. So there are angles you can enter, and in the next 1 month you probably can start earning. But then there are other angles you can enter that have huge potential to make you big money, but you may not see the money for like 6 months or even 2 years. So
Yeah.
that ability, to keep on learning will decide if this path is meant for you or you should go for something else. So these are all factors that one wants to consider. Like someone who knows that I don't have anybody fending for me and all that, you could easily get into let's say email marketing and use 3 months and master it very well, and start sending out proposals. By the way, you can intern for some people, gather experience, use the experience you gathered with them, and package your proposal and start earning within a space of 90 days. That's possible, but it's rare for you to do that with programming, for instance. So it depends
Yeah.
on your goal, it depends on your abilities, it depends on your natural inclination. There are some things that come easily for you. You may just want to focus on those things that come easily for you instead of trying to go for the big titles and big names. By the way, any of these things can make you money as long as you are very serious.
So basically, before you consider a niche, understand who
Yeah,
you are and your
yeah,
abilities.
exactly. It's very important.
And okay, okay. Now, for a
Mm,
complete beginner,
yeah,
what does he or she require to get started? There was a question I wanted to ask before that, talking about the skill
yeah.
set that is required to thrive in the digital marketing industry. But let me take that one for beginners first. Then I'll bring that one after we discuss that for the beginners. So
Okay,
for a
yeah.
complete beginner, what does he or she need to get started in the digital marketing space?
Okay. So first off, I'll
Yeah.
say to get started, you need interest, right?
Oh,
So you need
interest. Yeah.
interest. And then this is something you can't do for nobody, right? You got to do it for
Mm.
yourself. So if you don't have the interest, there's little or nothing you can do. So first off, you want to ask, do I really have interest in this? Because that is
Mm.
what is going to keep you on it. That's what's going to keep you, and you will not slack when the pressure starts coming. So first off is
Coming.
interest. So the interest will now boil down to making a decision on which path you want to take. So you probably may want to consult a number of persons, ask questions and all that, and also look at yourself. So from your interest, then you get to have a path that you feel works for you. And by the way, nobody says you must stick to that path forever. You can start up with a path today, and as you learn and evolve, you can find out that there are other paths that are better, attune, better in alignment with you and with your personality.
Mm.
So nobody stops you from making that shift. So there are people that started as graphic designers, but they've advanced to
Yeah.
becoming more into UI UX designers. So they design the UI user experience for platforms and apps and websites and all of that. So, but they started somewhere. So first off is the interest, and of course, making that decision to start somewhere, then you need to have focus, right? Because you can't actually scatter all your energy. Because if you do, you're not going to get any tangible results, and then you're going to waste
Mm.
a lot of time. So let's say you give yourself 6 months for graphic design or 6 months to learn web development or stuff like that. So give it that focus and pay the price, push in, give it all it requires. So that's what a beginner needs. And not to forget that you need a coach, you need a community. These are also part of things that's going to help you, because when the chips are down and you're feeling discouraged or you're not getting the kind of results you want as fast as you want them, you may want to chicken out. But then when you're in a system that motivates you, or you are in a community that are also aspiring for the same thing, you tend to stay longer because of that community
mm,
and all that. So of course, if you're able to get yourself a mentor or something, that also can help. And let's not forget that. Okay, so I talked about the interest, the choice, and the focus and all. But then there's the integral part of learning. So, what do you learn and how do you learn? Now, there are paid
mm,
platforms to learn from, and then there are free platforms to learn from, of which YouTube is one of
yes,
them. So, you could get to learn from YouTube, or you could sign up with any of the platforms or institutions that offer digital marketing trainings, and then you could now go to learn that particular thing that you have decided to learn. So it kind of gives you a focused learning, unlike when you are doing everything all by yourself. But that does not dispute the fact that in the absence of learning from a corporate kind of institution, that you can't learn all by yourself. There are people that have bought courses and then they've used courses to build themselves up. Udemy have a lot of
mm,
courses. So there are people that have gone to all these platforms, gotten nice quality courses. That doesn't go to say that all of the courses out there are all quality, but at least you have a chance of getting a course out there that is going to train you and expose you to the parts or the knowledge that you want to learn. So you now start learning. I'm talking for a beginner now. So as you are learning, you want to
yes,
start implementing, right? So implementation
yeah,
happens better when you are in that organization and maybe they have some work and then they are giving you
mm,
to task you to implement what you've learned. Now, when you don't have such, then you may want to get out there to your family and friends and express to them the knowledge that you've acquired and request of them to give you some opportunities on their business to be able to practice what you've learned. So that way you are
mm,
interning or apprenticing or doing a sort of apprenticeship with your skill. So you now want to do that for a couple of um time, because just going
for free,
just
right?
can you hear me?
For free.
Hello.
You can you do that for free. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can do that for free actually. Yeah, you can do that for free because at this point in time you are trying to get your hands dirty. As I usually say, you're trying
Mm,
to, you know, understand yourself very well. So, and
yeah,
then you're also trying to build confidence too. Because
mm,
it's one thing to have the knowledge in your head, but knowledge in your head is deceptive, right? You can't be sure of what
mhm,
you know until you practice it, until you do it, until
yeah,
you try it out,
yeah,
right? So you now
yeah,
want to try it out again and again and again and again and again. So this time you've built
mm,
mastery and you've built confidence and you've also built
mm,
portfolio, because you can now trace back and tell people that, oh, I did this, I designed this website for this brand, I handle social media for these guys, I did SEO for
yeah,
this organization. Or you now have a story, right? So that way they can be able to
yeah.
entrust you with their own project. And of course, you start telling them your price, and then they will start paying you for your so that
It's
can be
amazing.
very, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Abraham, thank you so much. If a beginner can be dedicated, can be focused, have a good interest, and be ready to do some jobs even for free to create a portfolio and to improve your resume, you can be good at what you do.
Exactly.
I, yeah, I'm just trying to summarize. You've said so much. You've said so much.
Exactly.
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, this is Corner Chat with Babalogy once again. And with me on the show is still Mr. Abraham Agu, a digital marketing consultant. And it's been amazing on the show. If it's amazing on the show. In case you perhaps you have questions and you're listening to us, you can put them in the chat box and we'll get them over to our guest on the show. And your questions is going to be attended to. Once again, I'm back to Mr. Abraham. Now, Having known what beginners should do to get started, what are the skill sets required to thrive in the digital marketing? Okay, give me a second. Give me a second.
All right.
Are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay, now, having talked about the beginners, how much
Okay.
financial investment is needed upfront to get started before we now go to the skill set, since we have talked about beginners?
Okay. So there's actually no how do I put it now? So how do I can't say there's a fixed learning cost, right? But
Okay?
all of these things
Yeah.
boils down to how much you want to go, right? How much you want to
Mm,
go, and then of course the
yeah.
access to information, right? For me,
Yeah.
I strongly believe that anybody can start anywhere, right? So
Mm,
sometimes people tell me they don't have money to do all of those stuff. And then I'm like, come on now, are you sincerely serious? Because if you look
mm,
at it, there's a way you can start. I mean, I tell people that there's midnight plan. If you're talking about data, there's midnight plans that can give you um I don't know, 15 naira
good amount of
for
that.
Nigeria for 500 MB. So with 200
Yeah.
naira, you can have like 2 gig, and then you download resources and learn. So you
Mm,
can start from there. You can also enroll for classes and courses. So the number of courses on Udemy, the number of courses on some digital marketing agencies, you can enroll with them. Then so there's no defined price. That's what I'm saying. And of course, to be honest, it also borders to your
okay.
hunger, right? So because for some people,
Mm,
and this is what makes life what it is. The degree of success you're going to get will not necessarily come from what you learn from some of these places. It's going to come from what you deliberately put inside yourself. So you can get a course,
mm,
let's say it's 25,000 naira or 50,000 naira course, but you yourself, who knows what you want to achieve, can go beyond it and acquire every possible resource that you can find.
mm,
They are all not a waste. So as you soak yourself with all of this knowledge, the first place I learned digital marketing was not the place I learned SEO, search engine optimization, right? Search engine
yeah.
costs more, and all other, lessons, resources here and there, right? So your hunger will
Mm,
drive you to places, to resources, to people, and all of that. Your hunger will drive you. And whatever you don't have at the moment, you can't allow it to limit you from starting from somewhere. So the costs, I
mm,
don't have a general cost for it. Just have enough hunger that will drive you to go and start somewhere with what you have, either with your YouTube or buying a course or however you find it. Just start with whatever it is that is within your
mm.
reach. That thing you have is much more than enough. So yeah.
Your hunger should drive you. All right. All right. All right. I have a comment. I have a comment now on the chat box, and it says, "Well done, boss. You are doing a great job."
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's go to the next question. Now, what are the skill set? Like I said, the skill set required to thrive in the digital marketing space.
So the skill sets, there's the soft skill, there's the technical skill. So digital marketing, so one major skill set is, okay, so let me put it this way. For the soft skills,
Okay.
you need your determination, you need your discipline, you need
Mm,
your diligence. Those are basically soft
mm,
skills. And of course, you need your interpersonal relationship skill, right? Because you cannot be everything to yourself. You're going to need to learn from people, you're going to need to collaborate, reach out to people politely, engage in communities, ask questions. All of these things borders on your relationship skill and your ability to be intentional and deliberate in how you build relationships. So there are some things that I've
mm,
gotten not by the power of my money, but on the strength of relationship. So these are soft skills and
mm,
they are essential skill sets for you to thrive in digital marketing space. Because sometimes too, when you're looking for opportunities and all that, it's someone that will give you those opportunities. It's someone that will link you up.
Sure.
It's someone that will tell a friend that,
Mm.
oh, I have somebody that can do this. So that borders on relationship, which is also a part of the skill set necessary to thrive, in
Sure.
anything at all, especially in the digital marketing space. Now, under the
Mm.
same skill set, now you have the technical skills, right? So now, in this very competitive world, you cannot just rely on just one path. So technical skills means you mastery of any path you have chosen. A social media manager, for instance, cannot just say I'm a social media manager. You want to learn a bit of how to do basic graphics. You want to learn a bit of how to run at least basic Facebook adverts, Instagram
Mm-hmm.
adverts. You want to learn a bit
Yeah.
of how to write quality content. You want to
Mm.
learn a bit of how to do basic search engine optimization. So when you're writing your
Yeah.
content, you want to be able to have that content optimized for the search engine. These are technical skills for digital marketing, right? So I've
Mm.
talked
Yeah.
about a number of them, and you cannot just have one. One of them may limit you because in some circles, they may not just have one person, especially if you're working in the Nigerian or African space, one digital
Mhm.
marketer is doing the job of a lot of digital marketers. So
Yeah. I agree.
you may have been employed as let's say a social media manager, but at the end of the day, they are expecting you to run Facebook ads for them. They're expecting you to do lead
Yeah.
generation for them. They're expecting you to do
Mm.
content for them. So they're expecting you to do graphics for your content and all of that and all of that.
Mm.
So you want to have these skills so that you can be more competitive, right? So the technical skills matters a lot, and I've been able to call out a number of those technical skills needed for digital marketing. Not to ignore that there are tools too, and you need to learn how to use some of those tools. They are part of your skill set. They are part of the things that arm
Mm.
you to not just be a digital marketer, but a very good digital marketer at that.
Wow. All right, Mr. Abraham. Having known
Yes.
this skill set that is required to excel in digital marketing space, both the
Mm,
soft and, and the technical skills. Now, in the digital marketing space, not everybody is doing so well, right?
yeah. Obviously.
Yes. So I want to ask those people experiencing a low outflow in their areas of um, digital marketing, what can they do to get their desired results?
Okay. 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 Do you still have something else, or do you want to still rearrange the question, or
No,
you're
no.
done?
Okay, if you
Okay.
want me to
So
question,
no, I think you are actually asking, if I got you right. You're trying to ask. So obviously, not everybody is killing it, right? So the people that are not getting it so
yeah,
well, what exactly is the problem?
yeah,
I guess that's the question, right?
yeah,
So first
yeah,
off,
yeah.
is for us to understand clearly here that there is times and seasons, and call it
Mm,
phases,
yeah.
right? So you can't
Mm-hmm.
just just like you entered into primary one and then you want to start getting the result of someone in JS1, right? It's going to take a miracle, right? So sometimes when you are judging yourself, you want to be sure that you are judging yourself in alignment with clear indices. I have done what I supposed to do. I am learning as I supposed to learn. I am exposing myself to people as I am supposed to, like clear indices. And then I am patient with the process. I am patient with the
Mm,
process. So these are the things you want to ask yourself before you can judge yourself and conclude that you are not doing well. So sometimes these things pick up with time, but you have to be persistent. So you don't just hit it once and run and come back in next 6 months. So if you're hitting the iron and you're consistently hitting the iron from day one, the heat you hit in day 5, if you've been consistent, will be hotter of that of day 3. And by day 21, the iron is beginning to bend. And by day 30, the iron is already yielding to your force.
Mm.
Right? So you have to
Yeah.
consistently be hitting that iron, and then you're going to get results. But let's be clear on this. Doesn't mean that everybody
Mhm.
succeeds, because a number of factors play out, right? Now, environment is a
Yeah.
factor, exposure is a factor, and a number of other things. And let's leave off anything spiritual here, because ideally, I believe that if we can do what we need to do, and then let me not forget to say that mindset is a factor. Mindset is a
Mindset.
major factor to decide and determine if you're going to win or lose. So if all the time you've always believed that you can't do anything, that you can't achieve, that this is the level you can be, that mindset can pin you down. So even when opportunities are coming for you, you are giving into your self-inflicted low self-esteem. You are
Mm.
giving into to some of those weird mindsets that is going to sabotage your genuine effort for success. So as much as you want to put in the work, as much as you want to do everything needed, the major job is to make sure that you have the right mindset. Like you have set your mind in the right place, that success is who
Mm.
you are, that you have
Mm.
everything it takes to succeed, and that you're not going to give in until you meet your success. So this is the winning mindset. With this winning mindset, your breakthrough can happen even faster than you ever imagined.
That.
So
Mm.
I think these are some of the factors. So for some people, depending on your skill set, your location matters. So if you're a digital marketer, and then of course you are living in your village somewhere, and you are trying to sell your digital marketing to nearby kiosk, people that sell mama puts and all of those stuff,
Mm.
and by you're wasting your time. So they can't pay. First off, they don't know the value of what you're offering, and
Yeah.
your payment for service is a function of value. So when you
Mm.
take a football can, a football shoe, and you give it to to a carpenter, right? You give it to a shoemaker, you give it to somebody a, that a market woman, and give her a very nice Messi, like Messi gave you the boot. I give it to a market
Mhm.
woman. I'm sorry, I'm no disrespect. Trust me, if you are telling that woman that she should pay you $50,000 or 20 or $6,000 for that boot, she'll be like, share you the wine me. So because
Yeah.
she doesn't understand. But take that same shoe and bring it to Messi, or bring it to a young boy who is aspiring to get a position with a club in Europe. The young
Yeah.
boy will be like, come on now. Do you understand? So your value should be given to people that know its worth. That is how you succeed. You cannot carry your digital marketing skill and be looking for people that don't know the value. You are not going to succeed that way. So if your
Yeah.
location is limiting you, and by virtue of your location, people in your location do not appreciate that skill, there are two things you can do. Number one is to change your location.
Okay.
But then if that is not possible, you can still be in that location and focus on selling your skill, because that is why it's digital marketing. You can sell that skill to people that are way, way far away from your location, who understand the value of your service and can pay
Yeah.
for it. These are some of
Yeah.
the things that can aid you to succeed with your skill. I don't know if I did justice to it. I don't know if I
No,
helped.
no, you did. You did. You did. Perfectly.
Great.
So well. So well. Thank you very much, Mr. Abraham. Once again, it is
You're
Corner Chat with Babalaji. And it's been an amazing time on the show
welcome.
with Mr. Abraham Bagby this afternoon. An interesting time indeed. Now
Thank
it is
you.
well spelled out. Have the once
Yeah.
you have the right mindset, that is the most important thing. Have the right mindset. And number two, like I said, study your location. study your location. If you think your location is not good enough, nobody is telling you change your location, and you see things coming back to what you expect them to be. Mr. Abraham, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I want to ask. I want to ask now. Considering the digital marketing space, are there pitfalls to avoid when considering having a taste of that particular market? Are there pitfalls to avoid?
Okay. So pitfalls to
Yeah.
avoid. Yeah, just
Mm.
like every other line of craft. So there are a couple of pitfalls to avoid. There are a couple of pitfalls to avoid. One of them is thinking you can do it all by yourself, right? So
Mm.
you need to understand that you can't really do much all by yourself. You need people. So it's one
Mm.
of those stuff. And then we've talked about mindset as a pitfall. So then
Yeah.
there's this place of where you are overconfident, right?
Mm.
So your
Yeah.
overconfidence is going to sabotage your effort. It's going to make you look like what you don't want to be seen as, and then it may not be very favorable. Your overconfidence also will affect your ability to learn, because this is a field that is ever evolving. When you look at the Facebook market, the Facebook ad manager right now, it is way different from what it was 5 months ago, and it's way different from what
Definitely.
it was 2018. It's quite
Mm.
different. So you can't you there's always the need to. So now let's say in my space as an SEO content strategist and then SEO specialist. So
Yeah.
Google keeps on updating its algorithm. Google keeps on
Uh-huh.
changing systems through which they optimize content on their search engine, and the same applies to every other search engine. So there's always that change. It's happening every now and then. So your ability to be teachable will keep you open to learning, so people can teach you, you can learn from others, and you will not think you know everything. And this is why um this overconfidence is a major pitfall, because once you get to that point where you think, come on now, I've been doing this for the last 5 years, I've been doing this for the so years, you're going to sabotage yourself, you're going to flop, right? Because
Mm.
even I tell people that I think it's one of the things I am grateful to God for. I don't I learn from everybody, right? I mean, I can learn from you today. You listening to this section now, I can learn from you, even in this subject of digital marketing, because your experience is different from mine. People's experience, people's
Yeah.
exposure, all of these things are different. So you need to be open to learning. Someone else can teach you. You don't know everything. So have that teachability.
Mm.
Otherwise, your overconfidence will actually be your undoing. So it's a major pitfall. And of course, um, don't shortchange yourself. So once you are getting good, one of the major motivation in life, and of course one of the major reasons why we do some of the things we do, is for the money. So let's not deceive ourselves. If you One of the pitfall is when you think you in yourself, you know you can produce results, but you don't know how to call price, you don't know how to tell people stuff, you don't know how to tell
Mm.
people, hey, see, this is my invoice, so wire something. You're going to feel bad, because your bills will not smile at you. Your bills don't know that you don't know how to market yourself. So you need to
Yeah.
learn all of these things. Otherwise, they are actually kind of going to be pitfall. These things can actually be longer than this, but these are the things that are coming to my head right now. So anything that will not allow you to be the best version of yourself is already a pitfall. I may not have a proper understanding of my audience right now, but if you are a young person, your association is a major pitfall. So if you are staying with people that are seeing vices as a way to make money, and they are seeing, corrupt means and fraud as a means to make money, is already a major pitfall for you, because you are messing up with your psychology. You need a winning psychology to win. So when you are thinking about other shortcuts and you want to, do fraud and all of those stuff, and you stay with people who undermine your little efforts, surely you're going to fall out. You're going to fall out. So it's a major pitfall. Wrong association is a major pitfall. Stay with people that are positive, stay with people that motivate you and stir you up for greater works. And of course, if you don't keep your mindset positive, that also can be a pitfall. So I've just said a couple of things, and I hope that they add up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ago. Thank you so much. Where do you see this digital marketing? Where do you see this digital marketing basically in years to come? Now,
Okay,
because
so
as it is now, there are quite a number of people in it,
yeah.
but the number of those not in it is quite more than those in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you see the industry in the years to come? And what would you say to those who would want to join it but seem handicapped?
Okay, so let me start from where I see the industry going in the next few years. So basically, right now, there was a time that writing on Google Doc, Microsoft Word was a major skill. So if you can use
Mm,
Microsoft Word, like you can type on a computer, like you're like a computer guru, you know. So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yourself and I, we both know that it's no longer a winning feat right now. Every other person can do
yeah.
it. So
Hmm.
I see a future where most of the things that look to be top knowledge will be common knowledge. So
Mm,
once they become common knowledge, the value drops. So you don't expect a high pay on it because it's already common knowledge, right?
mm,
Except you
yeah,
package it better. I'm just talking generally. So the
yeah.
future is for those who are able to keep on fine-tuning themselves and choose to be on the cutting edge. Just find a niche that can make you stand out, or find a special thing to attach to that general thing every other person does and make yourself stand out.
Mm,
So the future is some things that are like they are top may become basic. I am seeing that as a future, but the future is also for those who are going to differentiate themselves. So differentiate themselves in one way or the other, find a special thing to add to themselves. And then there's this other thing you asked later to the question. I didn't get that part. So I think you are talking
I
about.
said those who would want to join it but they seem handicapped in their own end.
Oh, okay. So what I would say to someone who would want to join but seems handicapped is um see if you can start from where you are, right? But
Mm,
that sounds like a motivational speaker kind of thing. But that's just the truth, right? If you can start from where you are. So here's how I'm going to describe this. There are
okay.
things I'm aspiring for. I don't
Mm-hmm,
have them all together, but
mm-hmm,
every day I ask myself, with what I have, and here at this point where I am, what kind of thing can I be doing now that can make achieving this other bigger thing I want possible?
people.
Do you get? So that consciousness gives you winning. So you can't really be
Mm,
handicapped when you can think out something in the immediate. Goals and dreams and big visions are going to be a compilation of tiny little steps. So you want to ask yourself,
mm,
what are the little steps that can get you to that bigger step? Maybe you want to work for companies in the US or companies in the UK. What are the kind of skills do you want? And
Mm.
how can I start from where I am? So I can say
Yeah.
that you are not completely handicapped. As long as there is one little action you can take today that can take you to that place you want, you are not completely handicapped. So start with that little
Mm.
today. It could be going online to learn how to write content. It could be going online to learn how to do social media management or graphics. It could be going online to start learning programming, to start learning what is happening in
Mm.
the blockchain space, or whatever industry you want to play at. Because one other thing is this: digital marketing is a open solution, but the bulk of the money comes when you customize it for an industry.
Mm.
So let's say you are a content writer for a dental, for dental brand, like people in the dental industry. Now that is an
Yeah.
industry. There's a way you can so customize it that you'll be killing it, right? So you can also
Mm.
find your part in understanding another industry, say real estate. What exactly happens in the
Okay.
real estate, and how can I be a copywriter for real estate brands such that I understand their lingua, I understand what they represent, and all of those stuff.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
so basically, your limitations and whatever is the thing that you think is I don't know the word you used. I can't remember the word you used again. Whatever that thing is, it can be handled if you can ask yourself that simple question. This is where I want to go. But what is it
Okay.
within me, right here where I am, that I can be doing to get me to where I want to go? And this is about one of the things that's going to help you. Before you will know it, things will
Yeah.
start aligning. It could be finances, right? But then you ask yourself, okay, so what do I do? Do I want to take a teaching job? Do I want to do anything, right? So you just find something and then you're starting off somewhere and forget about it. Just watch the process. You'll be amazed at how you get to where you have always desired to be. Everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Mm.
Everything.
Thank you so much, Mr. Agu. Everything is
Welcome.
possible. Do not be limited by anything. By all means, strive to become
Sure.
the best. Wow,
Sure.
Mr. Abraham, I appreciate your presence on the show this very evening. Once
You're
again, it
welcome.
is Corner Chat with Baba. It is Corner Chat with Baba. If you're new to this channel, please don't go without clicking the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell so you will be notified whenever we post amazing videos. Mr. Abraham, before
Yes.
I'll make you give us your closing remark, I want to ask on a general note now, how can one become an effective digital marketer and profit from it, generally speaking?
Okay. So I've actually slightly talked about it in the last
Yes,
yeah. So
yes.
but specifically,
Mm.
if I'm going to be honest with you, the
Mm.
easiest way to that is differentiating yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Differentiating
just
yourself.
the that's just the whole difference. So there could be different um graphic designers, but there's a way
Yes.
you so stand out your graphics that you have mastered, let's say, the health niche, for instance. So you've so much mastered their needs, mastered, so your proposition and the offers you make aligns so well with them, and then they will always come to you, and then people will keep on referring you and referring you and referring you. So if you must become an effective digital marketer and profit maximally, just be that guy that stands out.
Mm.
Just be that guy that stands out. Be that young man, that young woman that stands out. Be that agency that stands out. That is the best way to profit maximally as a digital marketer,
Wow.
or even any other thing that is you are doing. Just
Yeah.
be the guy that stands out. Yeah.
be different.
Yeah.
All right, from Mr. Agu, this very evening, you have to be different. Don't be like the others. Don't just be like the others. Be different. Stand out. Mr. Agu, we have another comment on the chat box. He says great thus far. Thanks for imparting. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I count it a privilege. I count it a privilege. Oh, glory to God. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Agu. All right. Before I won't let you go without telling you this. Now you are an SEO specialist, and you talked about you can be sure to know that you can't do it all alone.
Yeah.
You may need a mentor at some point. You may need someone to guide you at some point. Now, what if there are people listening now and their challenge is getting a mentor? How can they go about it? Do you mentor people? If yes, then how do we play around it?
Okay. So sometimes I get scared of taking people. So one of the things that we are working on, I and my team, is to provide
Yeah.
um internship programs. So that way
Okay.
you're gonna learn from us, you're gonna learn, and then we'll provide you 3 months internship to actually, work with us internally and then see all we do and all that, and then you can fly on your own. So for me, basically, I walk around my center. So my center is not about me. So it's about the young people that I believe my destiny is attached to. So sometimes what I do for people that come close to me is that I train the little I can, and then I help you to find online working opportunities, help you set up
Mm,
yourself on some freelancing platforms, and also give you
mm,
support. So these are some of the things I do. But coming to basically how to get mentors and all that. So I don't know if I can say it's not rocket science. So you have to look out for people you feel inspire you, and then find a way to reach out to them, but don't come from the standpoint of being needy, right? You have to come from the standpoint of adding value, because sincerely, nobody owes you nothing, right? So when you come from the
mm,
standpoint of adding value, they may likely pay more attention to you over other people who are all there clamoring for the same mentorship. So if you stand yourself out that as someone that, okay, see, sincerely, I have this graphic design skill. I need your mentorship, and then you're ready to offer your skill probably to your mentor and all that. You are likely going to
mm,
be his friend, right? Because he's going to share thoughts with you, and that can actually be a game changer for you. So this is me answering the question generally about how to go about mentorship. So you reach out, but then you reach out from the standpoint of someone who understands that sincerely nobody owes them nothing, and they are ready to also
yeah.
add value, because life thrives on value exchange. You give value,
Mm,
you receive value. Yeah.
mm. All right, Mr. Alco. Give us a general thought. Our listeners, our viewers listening to you right now. Give us your thoughts, your closing remark before I let you go. And don't forget that we'll have to collect your social media handles for as many that may want to get to Mr. Abraham and get one or two knowledge from them, from you rather.
Um, okay, so funny enough, my friends query me that I'm not doing too much on social media, and then I admit, because sometimes I just so, but then it's all cool. You can message me and all that. So my parting words is that whatever it is you want to do, if you're deciding to work or come into the digital marketing space, just know that everything is possible. You can become anything and everything you want to be. So just give yourself grace, give yourself the patience. But more than that, patience and giving yourself grace is not an excuse for laxity, for laziness. So, and then I usually say this, and I think I want to say it again.
Okay.
Nothing guarantees a great future like a correct picture. And
Oh,
you cannot feature in a future that you cannot picture. So I'm going to break it down so that you probably will get it. This had been with me for as long as I've known myself. I started using it even from my days in secondary school. Nothing guarantees a great future like a correct picture. And you cannot feature as the way they featured Messi in the World Cup. You cannot feature in a future that you cannot picture, right? So those will be
hmm.
my parting words. And if you'd want to connect with me, if you go to Facebook, you see my name, Abraham Agu, you could send a friendship request. That could be a good place. I'm on Instagram at abraham.ago. So that's also a good place. So those are basically my two handles. I am on Twitter at real Abraham Ago, real Abraham Ago all together. So that's also where to find me on Twitter. And yeah, thank you, Mr. Babalola, for having me. It's actually a pleasure being here. Thank you.
This is the corner chat with Babalogy, and it's been an amazing time with Mr. Abraham Agu on the show. Mr. Abraham, my sincere gratitude and appreciation to you for honoring our invitation to come on the show this very evening. Thank you
It's a
so much. We
pleasure.
appreciate your presence and
It's a
all the
pleasure.
values you have shared with us this very evening. I know our listeners have gotten so much they can work with to better their digital marketing career. Thank you so much. Yeah,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Please do have an amazing Sunday ahead and an amazing week ahead also.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.